Welcome to our fishing report for the middle of November. Great news, it's raining in the backcountry. What does that mean? Well, it means that it's getting a bit of a rest. Now, the great thing about lakes is they don't have too much of a bother when it gets a bit on the wet side, so go out there and enjoy lake fishing. Be prepared to use soft baits in there as well. I tell you, they're very, very effective. The key thing is, don't stay in one place and just hammer it, but keep moving around, and if possible, use reasonably light jig heads. So you might be down 16ths, 24ths, even lighter, all the way to a 50th of an ounce. Now that might sound really, really light, but here's the deal with it. You can cast it out and it sort of hangs in the water column. Remember, when you're in still water, the fish have got a lot of time to inspect gear. So you want to make sure that they can notice it and they'll just come over slowly and mooch it and pick it up. Often they don't strike hard, so be prepared to just let them run with it a bit, then set that hook. Gee, you can have some fun doing that. And of course, when the rivers finally do clear, they've had a huge rest because no one's been out there to fish them. So it's a bit like having a reset. So you'll go out there again when it does come right. Just keep an eye on those river flows and you will have an absolute ball. And hopefully a few more of those mice will have grown up and got into the rivers and made those fish bigger and bigger. Now, I've been doing a little bit of low country fishing because, quite honestly, I haven't been able to get to the areas that I'd like to in the backcountry because of the extreme weather. And I've had a ball, fantastic quality fish to be had quite close to Christchurch. So just look out for the likes of our normal streams, the Hawesville, the Selwyn, L2, they all flow into Ellesmere. And then you've got quite a few that are in the north of Christchurch. And of course the Styx River as well with a look. Now, I know a few people are a wee bit upset because I've mentioned all those things.
I'm right.
Remember, it's brown beetle time of year. Now, brown beetles are a grass grub beetle and they come out in the evenings, quite late in the evening in fact, and if you're a fly fisherman, you'll go down to these sorts of creeks and you just sit and wait, and all of a sudden the fish will come out and they'll start rising. It's generally quite dark when they do it, but well worth the effort. I spent a lot of happy years when I was younger fishing in the Selwyn when there was a lot of fish up around Coast Ford and other places like that, just simply casting out, sometimes casting right into the night where all you can hear is the sound of a fish rising. You strike and there is one, which is a great way to catch fish. So there's all sorts of patterns that we can put you in the right direction on. We can even give you details about where to go. But anywhere in the low country or grassland country, well worth going out there in the evenings and going around fishing. As for the canals, gee, they're fishing well at the moment. So if you get a chance, go down there and enjoy yourself. Big thank you to all the people who went down there and cleaned up the riverbank. It's nice to see the place looking really good. Remember, this is a total jewel in our crown here. Phenomenal fish. Where else are you going to catch fish of that size and that quality? Let's make sure we look after it. I just trust that the legislators are quick at moving to protect those big spawning fish. It would be nice to see the number of fish being caught there greatly reduced. Catching them is one thing. Killing them is another thing. It's an ongoing thing. I think it's an education thing, but if we can legislate to it for those who don't seem to get the message, that'll be great. Because I want to have my kids able to go and do that. I know that a lot of people have put a bit of criticism at us because we're promoting how to do it. Well, get used to it, that's what we do. The legislator's job is to make sure that it isn't over-harvested, but we're here to equip people, that's what we do. And let's now talk about what else is going on. And of course, the whitebaiting is coming to a close on the west coast. In fact, by the time this gets out, most of it will be closed because it's the 15th of November that it stops on. But when it comes to the east coast, still going well. So get out there. Again, a bit of politics around that. So make sure you have your say when it comes to what you want to see the shape of whitebaiting in the future. I think that probably changes do need to be made. Because sometimes it can get just a little bit aggressive out there on the riverbank when money is involved and people's positions are quite critical to how many we catch.
I love gold. The look of it, the taste of it, the smell of it, the texture.
I don't know how diplomatic I might sound at this particular point, but we know that it needs to change. Okay, and when it comes to the sea temperatures, gee, I tell you what, pretty cold out there. This time last year we were having all this warm water out off our coast. I only hope that helps our salmon, and certainly that might be a good byproduct, having cooler water for longer. But it's certainly true that the kingfish are not down close to our area here in Christchurch. A little bit around the sounds, a few fish being caught there, but really we are waiting for it to get a little bit warmer. The surf casting, however, is getting better and better all the time. When it comes to bait for surf casting, we're pretty much blessed around here because at low tide you can go down and get pippies at a lot of our pippy beds. We can also get very good quality baits and crabs from various locations. There's piles of crabs up and down the east coast of the South Island, and if you get hold of a crab net and a nice fresh paddle crab that you basically lasso onto your hook, you can go out there and catch elephant fish and rig of good size. Great fun to have at this particular time of year, especially if you've got a warm night and a nor'wester blowing offshore. This is going to be the last fishing report for a couple of weeks because I'm going to be overseas doing a little bit of fishing and making sure that my brownie points are high with my wife. And I'm going to come back and I'm going to be just refreshed and right at those fish in the backcountry, particularly because I love catching big brown trout. Come and see us, 484 Cranford Street, online, of course, both at our Facebook page and at our website. We'll see you then.